Depend topic. Hello children. Today I am going to teach you about harmful effects of microorganisms. In the previous class we learnt about uses of microorganisms. Today I am going to teach how are microorganisms acting as our foe, how they are harmful to us. So all of you are aware that microorganisms, they are harmful to us by causing number of diseases. Recently our whole country, the whole world is suffering from coronavirus infection. That is also virus. That virus is a kind of microorganism. So microorganisms cause number of diseases. Not only in human beings, they also cause infection or diseases in plants and animals. These microorganisms which cause diseases are specifically called as pathogens. Pathogens are microbes that cause diseases. All pathogens are microorganisms, but all microorganisms are not pathogens. That means all microorganisms are not harmful to us. A specific kind of or specific group of microorganisms which cause diseases, they are called as pathogens. They are harmful to us because they cause diseases in human beings, in plants and animals. Even some of the microorganisms, they spoil our food. The food kept for longer time may be spoiled by the action of microbes. Sometimes that cloth which we wear, that also can be damaged by the microorganisms if the clothes are kept in moist condition, not properly dried. Similarly, leather items, they get spoiled by the attack of microorganisms such as fungus. So now today we will discuss in detail how pathogens enter our body, how they cause infection, what are the different means of their transmission. Transmission means how do they enter into our body. So the first one, if I tell you, some of the microorganisms we may get by direct contact with an infected person. Suppose a person is suffering from some disease and we are in direct contact with him. We are sitting with him or with her. If we are sitting beside him, by the direct touch, sometimes the microorganism may enter our body. That is through infected person or through any infected animal also, the organism may be affected by the attack of microorganisms. So microbial diseases are generally contagious, generally communicable. Means what? They can easily spread from infected person to an healthy person. They may be transmitted through the air, through water or through food. That's why all these diseases which are caused by microorganisms are also called as communicable diseases or they are contagious diseases. Why? Because they can easily spread from infected person to a healthy person. Correct? So now I'll explain about how these microorganisms enter our body. Suppose a person is suffering from common cold, he sneezes. When he sneezes, the fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air. The virus may enter the body of the healthy person while breathing that contaminated air. That's why whenever we sneeze, we should cover our mouth and nose so that these germs, this virus may not spread in the air. If it spreads in the air, the other healthy person, when he or she inhales that air, that time that virus may enter into or his or her body. In that way, the germs may enter into some healthy person's body and cause infection. So that's why we should be careful when we are suffering from common cold caused by microorganism like virus. Sometimes we even suffer from common cold due to allergic conditions. Some people when they are sitting in dust or when they inhale the dust laden air or due to some smell, sometimes some people will be allergic. So that time also the person may sneeze. That kind of infection is not due to virus. But if viral infection takes place and a person is sneezing, that time he should be very cautious when he sneezes or coughs. Sometimes some of the second method through air I have told. The second method now I am going to explain is through insect bite, or through some animals the microorganisms will be carried. For example, all of you are aware we get malaria by the biting of a mosquito, a particular kind of mosquito called as female Anopheles mosquito. That female Anopheles mosquito, when it bites a person, that mosquito is transferring or passing that malarial parasite into our body when it is sucking the blood. So from its mouth, the microorganism causing the malaria enters our body and it starts multiplying in our blood and causes infection. And our body will respond for that infection by producing or by causing us high temperature. We are suffering from fever. So fever is a response. When any microorganism enter into our body, that time our body has to respond. It will naturally, the temperature of our body will increase. Thereby we suffer from fever whenever we have any microbial infection, that is we are suffering from some microbial disease, we say. So another example, housefly is also a carrier of so many different varieties of germs. You know, housefly generally sits on the garbage and animal excreta. That time, from that garbage and animal excreta, many of the germs, pathogens stick to its hairy body. To the housefly is having hairy body. So same housefly, when it flies and sits on exposed food, uncovered food, so it will transfer that germs from its body to the food item. The same food item, when we are going to consume it, that pathogens enter into our body through that contaminated food. That's why we say we should not buy any food item which is not covered. Uncovered food items may carry number of germs because of the flies, houseflies moving from garbage and collecting the disease causing germs and spreading it onto our food. That's why we are always advised to take the food which is kept in covered and safe condition. Most of the time children are unaware of that and they consume that food which is not covered, especially the street hawkers when they sell on the roadside. You must have seen, you must have also purchased so many food items which are uncovered, and you may suffer from stomach infection because that germs, when they enter into our body, they will not allow the process of digestion to take place properly, and a person may suffer from vomiting or loose motion. We call it as cholera or diarrhea. So that's why we should be very careful while buying the food items from the vendors. So all of you are aware why we should not eat now uncovered food, because it will be carrying so many germs. Another example, now we can say mosquitoes are carrier of germs. Many mosquitoes, not only Anopheles, female Anopheles mosquito. Most of the time you must have seen wherever there is stagnant water, the water, if it is not flowing, just standing for number of days, that water is a very good breeding place for mosquitoes. Breeding place means the mosquitoes will lay eggs in that water and number of mosquitoes will be formed from that eggs. Thereby these mosquitoes will start biting us. They will carry the germs and they will cause infection. That's why we should be very careful in maintaining the cleanliness around our surroundings. Never allow the water to be stagnant. Don't allow the water to be collected and remain like that for number of days. Clean your surroundings and keep your area neat and tidy. Otherwise it becomes a breeding place for mosquitoes and many other insects. Because another example, female Aedes mosquito. It is a carrier of dengue virus. Female Aedes mosquito. Female Anopheles mosquito is a carrier of malaria. Female Aedes mosquito is a carrier for dengue virus. You know, dengue also one of the common disease you have come across. You must have heard about it. Similarly, another example I will tell now. Here we can see in that way when we take any contaminated food, contaminated water or contaminated air we are inhaling, we may suffer from microbial infection or microbial disease. This table is given in your textbook, children. You can go through it. Tuberculosis is a disease caused in human. It is caused by bacteria. So the mode of transmission of that bacteria is through air. Suppose a person is suffering from tuberculosis. Tuberculosis generally happens when the person's lungs are affected by the bacteria called as Mycobacterium tuberculosis. There are different kinds of germs, different kinds of pathogens for different kinds of microbial diseases. Tuberculosis is caused by a particular kind of bacteria. That bacteria enters into our body through air inhalation, through breathing. Suppose a person is suffering from tuberculosis. When he coughs, when he sneezes, number of bacteria from his mouth, from his nose are released into the air. The same air, when another person is going to inhale, the germs enter into that healthy person's body and the person may also get infection through tuberculosis. So that patient is generally, tuberculosis patient is generally kept isolated. Isolated means totally away from public. His room is isolated. His vessels, that is his clothes, his plate, his glass, totally it should be isolated and purely it should be used by that particular patient only. So he is kept in isolation. Similarly, measles, Dadaranta. It is caused by virus. In Kannada it is called Dadara. It is viral infection. It is caused by inhaling of contaminated air. That virus spread in the air, and if you are going to inhale that air, your infection may arise. Chances of infection may arise and you may suffer from measles. Similarly, chicken pox caused by virus. It is also by direct contact with the person who is affected or by air, the mode of transmission. Similarly, polio. It is also viral infection. The mode of transmission is air and water. Tuberculosis, measles, chicken pox, polio, highly contagious. A person infected with this kind of diseases should be totally isolated. His personal belongings should be kept separate. Then another two diseases they have shown in the next column, cholera and typhoid. They are also caused by bacteria, and that germs will enter into our body through contaminated water and contaminated food. So whenever you are drinking the water from any unknown place, make sure that that water is potable water. The water should be free from germs and impurities, and water should be safe so that you are not infected with any kind of microbial infection. So you have to maintain for that personal hygiene, sanitary habits should be there, good sanitary habits should be there. Consume always properly cooked food and take always covered food. These are the certain preventive measures to be taken. Another example is human disease that is taking place by microorganism virus, hepatitis B. If you are taking contaminated water, it may contain hepatitis B. So you should be aware of drinking water which you are going to consume. Always drink boiled drinking water or processed water, mineral water free from germs. Malaria caused by a protozoa. Protozoa means, you know, it is a kind of microorganism belonging to the category of animals. There are 5 categories of microorganisms we have discussed, out of which protozoa is a microorganism, group of microorganisms which belong to animal kingdom like amoeba, paramecium, euglena. So malaria is caused by another kind of protozoa called as Plasmodium vivax. That protozoa is called as Plasmodium vivax. It is carried by a mosquito and it is transferred to our body. So human beings as well as mosquito are the carrier of protozoan malarial parasite, that is Plasmodium vivax. So we should be Careful while sleeping. Never allow the mosquitoes to bite you. Use mosquito net and repellents whenever it is necessary. Never allow the water to be stagnant around your house. Maintain cleanliness and control the breeding of mosquitoes in your surroundings so that you can be protected from or prevented from getting of the disease called as malaria. Okay children, some of the diseases even take place in plant body. They are, you can see, like rice, wheat, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple, and many plants will be affected by microorganisms like bacteria and fungus. So you can see another table given in a textbook. Microorganism bacteria causes citrus canker in all the citrus fruits. Citrus means, you know, like orange, lemon, etc. They get easily attacked by certain infection. We call it as citrus canker, the disease caused by bacteria. Wheat, that wheat is affected by a kind of fungus. That time the disease is called as rust of wheat. Rust means wheat gets spoiled because of the action of fungus. Similarly, in case of bhindi means, you can see in the book it is given yellow vein mosaic of bhindi, plant disease name. Bhindi is nothing but lady's finger. They get infected by virus through some insects. So in that way, plants are also getting infected by the action of certain microorganisms. Even animals get affected by the microorganisms. If you remember, last year we have learnt about anthrax. Anthrax is a kind of disease that takes place in cattle by a kind of bacteria. When I have taught you the chapter rearing of sheep, there the sheep are mostly attacked by bacteria causing anthrax disease. So animals are also affected by the bacterial diseases or viral diseases, but human beings are more infected by the microorganisms. Okay, with that you have learned today what are the different harmful effects of microorganisms even in plants, animals and human beings, and how can we get rid of this. Also I have given you some briefing about that. Okay children, today I will wind up here. In the next class we will discuss about how do microorganisms spoil our food and what are the preventive methods of that. Thank you children. Have a nice day.